Good afternoon, everyone. This is C. Navneet Mangal. This presentation that I am delivering is completely based for annual return 2018-19. How do we file 18-19 annual return? And this presentation is in continuation to the earlier presentation that I have given, but this presentation has completely a practical approach, a case study approach. So I will be discussing case studies. One case studies on this annual return 18-19 in various lectures that I will be delivering in continuation, one by one. Today, basically, the agenda of this particular presentation will be centered around three case studies: case study 1, case study 2, and case study 3. Since we are the deadline for filing annual return 18-19 is round the corner, that is 30th September 2020. That will most likely be extended, but most of us have started the annual return of 18-19, or most of us would have finished the annual return of 18-19, or some of our clients. So basically I thought that this case studies might help in getting the things in annual return right in 18-19. Basically, if we divide the case studies, we can divide the case studies on outward supplies in these three kind of scenarios: case study 1 scenario, case study 2 scenario, and case study 3 scenario. Why I have particularly mentioned the July 17 to March 18 time in this three case studies is that our 18-19 annual return uh, is in a way linked with annual return of 17-18. In fact, it has to be inconsistent with the annual return that we have filed of 17-18. Therefore, this case study is centers around the GST at 3B of 17-18 as well. Therefore, the basis of the case studies that I have taken for presentation is the GST at 3B of 17-18 that we have filed. Okay. The first case study that we are going to deal, or the first set of scenarios that we are going to deal, is the scenarios in which we have filed the GST at 3B of 17-18, where we have shown the outward supplies less means, for example, there were 10 crore supplies, but we have shown only 8 crore supplies in July 17 to March 18 GST at 3B that we have filed, and its respective corollaries that could develop as a part of this set of scenario while we are dealing with the annual return of 18-19, I think. So this is the first set of scenario that we are going to deal. Second set of scenario will be just exactly the opposite of the first, scenario 1, where we have shown more in GST at 3B of 17-18, the value of outward supplies and taxes as compared to books, and its respective corollaries will be the second set of scenario that we will deal. And third set of scenario will be treatment of advances. We know Jaipur is a city where most of our clients would be hotel industry, or industry that deals with advances from customers, hotel industry, and therefore this case study becomes more important for that type of clients where advances are more frequent in service sector. We will deal in this particular video that I am releasing the set scenario 1. In next videos that we are going to release, we'll deal with scenario 2 and scenario 3. So let's start with scenario 1. Before starting any scenario, let me just give a thumb rule for all these case studies. The thumb rule is very, very simple. All these scenarios, all these case studies, all these solutions, all these problems will be just centered around a single point. This single concept has to be kept in mind while answering any case study, while dealing with any case study that is coming in front of us, while advising our clients how to file GST and 9. That thumb rule is, we have to declare only outward supplies that are made during the financial year 18-19 in at 18-19 annual return. This thumb rule has to be kept in mind while answering any question. And just for the sake of reference, I will back and forth jump on this thumb rule. while answering the case study that I have taken as a reference. What does this thumb rule imply? This thumb rule implies a simple point that outward supplies which are made, which are the time of supply of which comes in the financial year 1819, that is from 1st April 2018 to 31st March 2019, that has to be shown in GSTR 9 of 1819 and nothing else, Any outward supplies of which time of supply has come before 1st April 2018, or any supplies of which time of supply is coming after 31st March 19, is not to be disclosed in any table, either table number 4 or table number 10 or table number 11 of GSTR 9. अगर ये थंब रूल अपन दिमाग में रखेंगे तो जो भी केस स्टडीज हमने आगे बनाई हैं और या जो भी केस स्टडीज आपके सामने आएंगी उनको आप easily आंसर कर पाएंगे या easily डील कर पाएंगे. आई थिंक दिस थंब रूल इज द ओनली थंब रूल दैट वी शुड कीप इन माइंड while dealing with the situations of outward supplies. Let's move ahead. Case study 1. For the sake of simplicity, let's assume all the factors constant other than the factors that I have mentioned here, or let's assume all the factors to be perfect while dealing with this case study. I have taken a simple example to understand the case study. So let's take these figures in our mind so that we can relate these figures while we are answering the case studies in the future slides. There are 3 columns as you can see in this particular case study that I've made. And company X, I've taken an example of company X for 2 financial years, 17-18 as well as 18-19. As I've already spoken in the starting, that the GSTR 3B of 17-18 as well as GSTR 9 of 17-18 are very much relevant for filing GSTR 9 of 18-19. GSTR 9 of 18-19 has to be consistent with the GSTR 9 of 17-18. Okay? That's why we have taken the financial year 17-18 as well as financial year 18-19 of this company X. We have compared the actual outward supply as well as outward supply as shown in GSTR 3B. For the sake of simplicity, I have not taken the outward supply as shown in GSTR 1, because GSTR 1 figures shown in GSTR 1 are not relevant, I feel, while disclosing the figures in GSTR 9 of 18-19 or earlier in 17-18 as well. There is a clear-cut press release regarding this, and there is a legal perspective and behind this. So for the sake of simplicity, I have not taken the figures that were disclosed in GSTR 1 of 17-18 or 18-19. We kept the things very simple. That's a comparison between the books and the GSTR 3B in all the case studies that we have taken in our future slides as well. Simple. This company X has an actual outward supply in books of turnover of rupees 5 crore. Taxes at the rate of 9% CGST 45 lakhs. At the rate of 9% SGST 45 lakhs. Tax was at the rate of 18% in combined. So there was a tax of 90 lakh on 5 crore turnover. In GSTR 3B, this company showed or paid the liability of only 4 crore turnover was shown, and liability was paid of 36 lakhs in CGST head and 36 lakhs in SGST head. 1 crore was not shown in GSTR 3B of 17-18. This company now has a turnover in the financial 18-19 of 10 crores, CGST of rupees 90 lakhs, SGST of rupees 90 lakhs. Now in GSTR 3B of 18-19 that this company has filed from April 18 to March 19, this company has shown the turnover of 11 crores, including the turnover 1 crore which was not shown in GSTR 3B of 17-18, because this company realized that this has shown 1 crore under valuation was shown on the 3B of 17-18. Therefore, to correct that mistake, this company has now corrected this mistake in GSTR 3B filed during the period April 18 to March 19, and has included the turnover value in the turnover value of 18-19 and has shown 11 crore as value, and taxes 99 lakhs and 99 lakhs in SGST head respectively. These taxes include the taxes of previous year 17-18 which were not paid and shown in 3B of 17-18. So these facts have to be kept in mind while answering the case studies that while developing the facts for the case study that we are going to deal. So I think these facts are now very clear that this company has shown the last 1 year crore turnover in April 18 to March 19 GST 3B, including the taxes that were underpaid in March in 17-18. This company has shown that in 18-19 GST 3B. This is the brief facts of the case study. Let's just extrapolate the GST on 9 that this company must have filed or should have filed in the financial year 17-18. It would be very convenient for you if you can have the printout or PDF on a form of GST 9 in front of you. You will be able to take the things much more better way, I think. So if it will be much better if you can have the printout of GST 9 in front of you. If you can imagine table number 4 of GST 9, which was nothing but the details of advances, inwards and outward supplies, which were made during the financial year 17, to of which tax was paid. So that company, since in 17-18 only paid to the tune of 36 lakhs liability, should have shown in table number 4 only 4 crore turnover and 36 lakhs taxes. I think this is clear. Table number 9, which is nothing but a table which showed details of taxes paid as declared in the returns filed during the financial year. This table has two columns, basically tax payable as well as the tax paid. Tax paid columns gets auto-populated by the GSTR 3B that we have filed during that particular period. In this case, July 17 to March 18. These figures would get auto-populate and we cannot change this figure. These figures get freezed in GSTR 9 of 17-18. So 36 lakhs must have got auto-populated in GST 9 or 17-18 and the tax paid column, and we cannot change that by virtue of the GST and the way GST 9 has been made. So 36 lakhs have come across as tax paid in the tax paid column of GST 9 or table number 9. Tax payable, since we have shown in table number 4 and table number 5, combining them as 36 lakhs only. So tax payable must be shown here as 36 lakhs. Because in table number 4 we must have shown 36 lakhs, the tax which was actually paid to GSTR 3B of 17-18 that were filed during the period July 17 to March 18. Now since 1 crore turnover was not shown in July 17 to March 18, and since this company has paid the liability of 1 crore in the, through GSTR 3B filed during the period in the next financial year of 18-19, therefore table number 10, if you can imagine the table number 10, which basically wants you to declare all the supplies that relates to this year but are shown in next financial year. For example, in this case 1 crore supply was relating to financial year 17-18, but this company has paid that tax on in the financial year 18-19. Therefore table number 10, if you can imagine, then you have to put the figure 1 crore there and 9 lakh liability as of CGST and 9 lakh liability of SGST there, so that you can perfectly disclose the fact that you have paid that GST 3B liability of this financial year 17-18 in 18-19. I think this is very much clear right up till now. Table number 11 is not required because you have not reduced any liability through amendments in financial year 18-19, which was related to 17-18 in our case that we have taken. Just for a reference, I have just put on that slide again for a 10 seconds so that you can just recollect the facts in case if you lost the facts. Now coming to table number 14. Table number 14 was usually missed by many of us, but this table relates to all the taxes that has been declared in table number 10, 11, 12 or 13, that is part 5 of GST and 9, and to disclose whether the tax payable that has been declared in your table number 10 or 11 has been actually paid or not. So since this company has actually paid the taxes of 9 lakhs of 17-18, 18-19, therefore you have to show tax payable as it's 9 lakh in CGST head, 9 lakh in SGST head, and tax paid as 9 lakh in CGST head and 9 lakh in SGST head. I think up till now this is very much clear. So this company would have presented the 17-18 GST 9 in this particular way. Now we must coming to the 18-19 GST 9 with the background that we have developed in last two slides. What should be the manner in which GST 9 of 18-19 should be filed? Table number 4, since the company has a turnover of 18-19 of only 10 crore, that is the supplies that were made during the financial year was of which time of supply occurred between 1st April 18, 31st March 19 was of only 10 crores. And just reminding you the thumb rule that I discussed, that you have to disclose only the outward supplies made during the financial year 18-19 in the annual return of 18-19 and nothing else. So since the company has made only outward supplies of 10 crore in the financial 18-19 and not 11 crore, because most of you will be thinking that GST and GSTR 3B we have disclosed 11 crore turnover and 99 lakh as liability, but out of that 11 crore only 10 crore relates to 18-19, of which time of supply has occurred between 1st April 18 to March 19 or March 19 in our example. Therefore in table number 4 you can show only 10 crore as turnover and 90 lakhs as liability in CGST as well as GST head. Okay, now comes another part of it, table number 9. Table number 9, tax paid will come as 99 lakhs because that will get auto populate from the GSTR 3B that you have filed from April 18 to March 19 without recognizing the fact that out of 99 lakhs 9 lakh were related to 17-18 because system cannot recognize that. So therefore tax paid will come as 99 lakhs in table number 9 tax paid column. But however tax payable will have to be shown as 90 lakhs only. Why? Because only 90 lakh was shown in table number 4 and 5 combined in our example in GST and 9. The reason why we have shown 90 lakhs has already been discussed. I think this is clear till now. Okay. Now let us ask some questions to ourselves. Table number 10, 11, 14 are not relevant in this particular case study. We will discuss these tables as and when required in our corollaries as in coming slides. There are some questions that can pop up in your mind while dealing with this case study of GST 9 of 18-19. First question that will be coming in mind in all of you is why we have shown only rupees 10 crore with CGST 90 lakhs and 90 lakhs in SGST head, while in fact in GST 3B of April 18 to March 19 we have shown turnover of 11 crore and taxes of 99 lakhs and SGST of 99 lakhs. Why we are not showing that turnover as per GST 3B? Why we are showing only 10 crores? The answer is very simple, sir. This very simple answer, 1 crore turnover that was shown in April 18 to March 19 does not relate to the financial year 18-19 or supplies that were made from 1st April 18 to March 19. Therefore, this is not to be shown in table number 4 because in GST 9 of 18-19 or table number 4 or 10 or 11 we can show only those supplies that relates to the financial year 18-19. I am repeating this fact again and again because this is the important thumb rule based on which all the case studies would be answered. This question must be popping up in your mind, but the answer is very simple, sir. The 1 crore supply does not relate to 18-19. That is not to be shown in 18-19. Now, second question that will pop up in your mind is that there is a there is a tax paid of 99 lakhs in table number 9 of GST 9 and tax payable is only 90 lakhs. So, what will happen if department will cross question me? Okay. Questions will come, sir, in GST when GST audit will start or GST assessment will start because this is a new law. But we have to get ourselves prepared in a manner that we can answer in a logical, in a legal way. While answering this question, I must ask you two questions. First question is, don't you think that 17-18 GST and 9 and 18-19 GST and 9 must be read in conjunction, must be inconsistent with each other? If you can imagine the GST 9 of 17-18 again in your mind, you must realize that we have shown already in table number 10 that we have paid 1 crore liability through GST 3B of 18-19 and 9 lakhs liability, 1 crore turnover and 9 lakh liability of under CGST as well as GST in April 18 to March 19. We already shown that in table number 10 of 17-18. As well as table number 14, we have shown that we have paid the tax that we declared in table number 10. And going by the legal principle that I have discussed, that you can only show the outward supplies that are made during the financial 18-19 GST 9 of 18-19. You cannot in any way show the 1 crore turnover in table number 4. That will go against that basic principle of disclosure in GST 9 as it has been made. Second question, cannot we prepare a reconciliation table and submit it manually to department if we cannot submit electronically in the case where the GST 9C is not applicable to the SSE? We can do that. We can make a RECO statement that this were the supplies that were related to 17-18, this were supplies that were related to 18-19, and we have showed only this much because in our view, in our legal view, in our legal understanding, we could have shown only turnover 10 crore in table number 4. And to be consistent with GST 9 as well as to be consistent with the GST 9 of 17-18, we could not disclose that 1 crore turnover in table number 4. or any other table of GST 9 of 1819. So don't you think we can prepare a reconciliation table? We can do that. We can 100% do that. Also, 1718 and 1819 GST 9 must be consistent with each other. They cannot be in dispute with each other, so that we face less consequences due to that. So if department cross questions us, or in any assessment we are faced with such cross questions, then these answers are very simple, sir. And since there is a consistent legal view that we can adopt, I think with both these points we can answer the questions of the department in a better manner. Sorry. Now, just continuing that case study one that we took with a corollary. Corollary here comes with certain changes in the case study one that we have already taken, so that we can now discuss the table number 10, 11, 12, 13 in GST 9 of 1819 if we want to discuss that here right now. What is the difference that is being made in that example? All other figures are same, all other turnovers and all that are same, except that in financial year 1819 we have shown only turnover of 8 crore and CGST of 72 lakhs and SGST to 72 lakhs, instead of showing the turnover as complete 11 crores in our previous example. This is the only difference that is being made in this corollary. Otherwise, all the things are constant. That we had a turnover of 5 crore, we showed only 4 crore in 3B of 1718. We had a turnover of 10 crore in 1819, and the only difference here is that in GST 3B of 1819 we have shown 8 crore only, not even 10 crore or 11 crore. If we would have filed GST on 9 of 1718 in the same manner that we had filed in the previous case study that I have discussed, the basic case study that I have discussed, then what will happen? I'm not again repeating for the sake of time management. I'm not repeating it again. This is the same GST 9 of 1718 that we have discussed already. We have filed the 1718 GST 9 in the same manner because 1718 facts have not changed at all. That are same, constant. If the 1718 GST 9 would have been filed in the same manner that we had discussed, then 1819 would be filed. How? Out of 8 crore, 1 crore must relate to 1718 turnover, because in GST 9 of 1718 we have already shown and we have already made a disclosure into the department that we have shown a turnover 1 crore in 1819 GST 3B. So though you have shown a turnover of 8 crore in GST 3B of 1819, but since in GST 9 of 1718 you already declared to the department that 1 crore we have shown of 1718 in 1819, therefore out of that 8 crore, 1 crore has to be given to the 1718 turnover, and therefore you have shown only 7 crore turnover of 1819 in 1819, because as already discussed, GST 9 of 1718 and GST 3B of 1718 has to be in consistency with GST 9 of 1819. You cannot run away with that fact that 8 crore is related to 1819 and 1 crore that was not paid in 1718 is not paid till now. You cannot run with you cannot change the fact that you have already disclosed in GST 9 of 1718. So this fact is to be kept in mind, that out of 8 crore that we have shown in GST 3B of 1819, 1 crore has to be given to 1718 turnover. Therefore, what remains? 7 crore turnover and 63 lakh liability of CGST, 63 lakh of liability of SGST. Table number 9 will again come as tax paid as 72 lakhs, because you have paid 72 lakh tax, including 9 lakh tax of previous year. But tax payable, as already discussed, will come as 63 lakhs. Here again the difference will arise. And now, since you have not paid to the tune of 3 crore in this 1819, because you have only paid 7 crore turnover taxes, 63 lakh taxes, you have not paid the taxes till of 27 lakhs. And in case you have paid the taxes in from April 19 to March 20 GST 3B, then you can use a table number 10 of GST 9 of table number 10 of GST 9 of 1819 financial year, and you can disclose that 3 crore turnover is there and 27 lakhs as liability in CGST and SGST. But let me remind you the fact that if in case you have disclosed the liability in April 19 to March 20 GST 3B, then only you can use the table number 10. If you are not paid till now or not paid in GST 3B of 1920, then you cannot use the table number 10 of GST 9 of 1920, because table number 10 is to be used only when your previous year transactions, that is in this case 1819 transactions, are shown in next financial year GST 3B returns, that is 1920 in this case. If this is not paid, then this is not to be disclosed here. Very clear about it. Table number 14 will again, table number 11 not to be used because we are not any reducing any liability of 1819 and 1920 since we have underpaid the liability. Table number 14 of GST and 9, again CGST payable will come as 27 lakhs that we have shown in table number 10, and SGST 27 lakhs, and tax paid will come as 27 lakhs and 27 lakhs respectively. These two questions are the same question that we have discussed in case study part 1. I am not repeating that questions again and answers again. This is based on same logic, same thumb rule, same logics that we already discussed in case study 1. This again get repeated for the sake of convenience. Now there is a slight twist in the GST 9 of 1718 that we had filed. What is the twist? You can see a crossed line in table number 10 that we have not shown turnover 1 crore in table number 10, 9 lakhs, and SGST 9 lakhs in table number 10. Here what that can imply, here it can imply that we have not shown the turnover of 1 crore company that related to 1718 in the GSTR 3B that were filed during April 18 to March 19. Either that was paid through DRC 03 challan, or that was not shown till March 19, that must have been shown in the next financial year, or in any GSTR 3B that did not come till March 19, you must have not shown that in that turnover. Then you are actually disclosing the department that I have not disclosed the turnover of 1 crore in my next financial year and GSTR 3B returns. This is the twist that is being made in this GST 9 of 1718, that you are actually disclosing the fact to the department, or you are disclosing the fact to the department that I have not paid the taxes of 9 lakhs of 1718 and 1819. That fact was disclosed in GST 9 of 1718. This is the slight change that is being made in the GST 9 of 1718. Then what consequence will this lead to in GST 9 of 1819? This is important. The consequence that will it lead to, since you have disclosed the fact that you have not shown any liability of 1718 and 1819, therefore 8 crore that was shown in 1819 in our corollary 1 becomes that taxable value of 1819 itself, and you can show 72 lakhs as 1819 taxes and 72 lakhs as taxes of 1819. And table number 9 of GST 9 will tax paid will come as 72 lakhs, and tax payable will also come as 72 lakhs, because the entire turnover is related to 1819 and nothing is related to 1718, because you have not disclosed anything in table number 10 of GST and 9 of 1718. This is a slight twist, and because of that twist, the figures have changed in table number 4 and 9. Table number 10 also, now only 2 crore turnover remains, which was to be paid in table in financial year 1920 instead of 3 crores. And table number 10 also changes, and table number 14 also changes. You can just see the impact of your GST 9 that was filled in 1718 in the GST 9 of 1819. We made a slight change in the presentation in 1718, and because of that slight change, your entire gamut of figures in table number 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 changes. So this is the correlation between GST 9 of 1718 and GST 9 of 1819. And while filing GST 9 of 1819, I must request you that you must keep a printout of that in front of you, so that you while advising the client how to file GST 9 of 1819, you must tell them that you must keep a printout of 1718 GST 9, because they are so much interlinked with each other. There is if there is a slight change in figure presentation that was made in 1718 annual return, you have to change your presentations in 1819 annual return. So that was a linkage that I wanted to highlight. So this is exactly the question that that must be keeping popping up in your mind, that why presentation of 9 of 1819 changed on the basis of presentation of 1718. Is there any linkage? Yes, there is a linkage that I have discussed. That 1819 return has to be consistent with 1718 annual return. It cannot be in any case in contradiction with 1718 annual return, and that has to be used in conjunction with each other. And there must be a RECO table of 1718 and 1819 annual return. Now, since 30 minutes have already passed, I don't want to lengthen the time of this video. Remaining two case studies, or remaining two set of scenarios. Scenario number 2, where GSTR 3B in GSTR 3B of 1718 we showed much more amount than the books. much more amount than the books actual in the books, then what will happen in that case in 1819 annual return, and what will be the treatment of advances that are overlapping between 1718 and 1819, that we'll discuss in next video. Thank you for your patient listening. Hope that this video was useful. Thank you.